Total Winos.
Get to it.
All right. Hello. Sean Brady, regular wine guy, with my man, J. Tom B. Gunter. We are two Total Winos, and we're coming at you with a very fun pairing. This specifically for our National Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month in May 2020. I don't know if you knew that. I didn't know that over a month ago. But me and Jenny found it, and here we go. Because we like the food and we like the wine. We're pairing it up. So I'm going to you, Jay. How you doing, my man? How you doing?
I'm great, man. Coming from California right now. I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to doing this pairing. I don't know if you guys know, but I've been in a relationship with a Filipina for the last going on 15 years. And so I've gotten really into the food, the cuisine. Her family, her mom can cook her behind off. And, I've just gotten really into the cuisine over the last 15 years. And so this is going to be fun for me. Hopefully I can bring this to the family and see if they like it too. They don't even know if I'm doing this pairing. I want to make sure I hit this out of the park first. And then I'll be like, I can show them the video and be like, look, I got y'all. I'll bring wine to the next event. So today we are going to be pairing wine with each got our own wine for a specific dish from the Philippines. I think it's going to be cool. There's different flavors over there, different spices, different sour notes, different ingredients. And so this is going to be really interesting on this pairing for this episode for AAIP. So I'm gonna send it over to you, Sean. Let us know what you're pairing with the dishes, and then what the wine is that you're going to be pairing it with.
So the dish I chose is, and I talked about this. For those that are following me on the Instagram, you probably saw this reel. And I talked it up because I made some of this stuff. There's two flavors. Actually, there's four flavors. So this is a local St. Louis brand of longanisa. It's a Filipino sausage. And this one's got a little bit of sweet. It's got a slight bit of heat, so it's hotter than some of the other longanisa I've had. They also have the regular, more traditional sweet version. Now, for those that don't know, longanisa is traditionally a breakfast sausage. But, if you're from America like me, my mom, Jay gave his shout out, so I'm going to give my shout out. My last name is Brady, but my mom is 100% Filipino. And here I am today, been eating longanisa, chicken adobo, pancit all my life. Jay's got an awesome dish. He's going to tell you about that. It's making me hungry. And I wanted to get what I like about this particular product, and I think I put it in another YouTube video just with me, is for those that never have had longanisa before, this is not as greasy. It is already cooked. So from just a true, wonderful, I want it faster society, you can eat it right out of the package. Now, I would fry it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Or I would eat it like I was telling Jay, I'm like going, it's got a little bit of that. I grew up near Chicago, and it reminds me of a lightly smoked garlic Polish sausage.
Ooh.
Delicious.
I remember
This has got the sweetness in it too. So it's oh man, it's very, very fun. Now the wine that I picked out to pair with it is a Verdejo. I've used others before, right? And this is from the Rueda district in Spain. I asked Jenny about 18 times how to pronounce Rueda, and she confirmed it's not round, Sean. It means the wheel. And so, I did say that is in reference to the region and the style of grape that grows there, which is more on a round bush versus more like a wheel versus the grapevines we traditionally think of when we have wine. And what I like about both is that, so the Philippines is Spanish influenced, right? And this is from a wine from Spain. It's something that you can put a nice chill on. It's summertime. You're going to have a little bit of fun, fruit and acid. And it's what I love about it is that it's not terribly sweet. So as Jay knows, as you've seen me before talking about this, I don't really love sweet wines unless it's like for dessert. So for pairing with food, I don't want to have something that's going to be muted by the garlic and the sweet that's in this sausage naturally. It's part of the recipe. But I wanted something that was going to be really hold up well to this, or even some spicy foods. And then when Jay talks about his dish, I think this would go really well with his dish too. But I'm not going to tell his dish yet. I'll let him do the reveal because he's got a whole different wine picked out for it. But I think it would work for a couple of reasons. So
I love Verdejo, by the way. I wish we would drink in California. We're always looking for deals, but everybody looks to Sauvignon Blanc for white wine. If you're looking for something citrusy or something a little bit lighter on its feet, you should be looking at Verdejo. It is a hell of a still all the time. And there's some amazing ones for dishes like this with unique flavor profiles and stuff like that. So it's one of my favorite grapes out of Spain.
Yeah. And, I have to say this about just Filipino food in general. It is, now being half Filipino and having cousins who are 100%, they say this, and I kind of say this too. It's the original fusion food, right?
Oh, yeah.
You had all these flavors coming out of Asia and India, and, then Spain comes into play. And there's just this melting pot of all of these different cultures coming into the Philippines, which is, I think originally really a place of refuge for all the crazy warlord stuff that was going on thousands of years ago.
Yep, you're right.
So, crazy fun stuff, but they can't really grow grapes as well as we can grow them out here or in Spain. So it's fun to do pairings like this because, now we're just talking global fusion food, man.
I love it, bro. I like your glass too, by the way.
Thank you. This is it's a fun white wine glass. This is a what's your favorite brand that we always have at the restaurant?
Oh, Rito, or
no, the other one. Schlots, yeah.
Schlots.
This is one of theirs. Yep.
Yeah.
This is one of theirs, and it's a fun fruit glass. So
Schweisel.
White wine. Schweisel, if you will. Yeah, so on the nose, this is. So I'm outside and it's pushing 90 degrees right now, and it's sweating the glass a little bit, but the fruits, it's not like crazy grapefruit. You get a hint of the citrus. You almost get a little bit of we just had Mother's Day brunch this past weekend, and we had some baked goods and French toast, and I'm getting a little bit of like those like baking spices, a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
Muted,
okay.
Right. What's that? It's a yummy stuff that I like. Oh, it's like almost like almonds. Like
almonds. As sweet
as a marzipan, but yeah. So yeah.
So it's a bit oxidized. Interesting.
Yes. All right. So that's on the nose. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Man, I was born ready. Let's go. Oh, you got it?
Just like I was hoping for. Not too sweet. You got some nice fruit going on here. It's not too citrusy where it's going to be overpowering any of the garlic or some of the other flavors. This I would think would go really well with some seafood dishes. But I really like it for specifically this sausage because you're eating garlic sausage.
Yeah. I like
but it ain't like, it's not like going, oh my gosh, this is so this is like a little match made in heaven. Here we go. I didn't show you the bottle, did I? There we are.
Shaya.
And this is the Gill family.
Juan Gill family. I got you. Yeah.
It says Venus Familia Gill. So I assume it's with Juan Gill, and I always like a lot of their stuff. So this was a really nice find. Now, where did I find it? I found it at the Costco. So
did you?
I did, and that's another reason why I liked it. So they have this one. It's under $15. Probably a little bit less if the further east you go. But yeah, just really nice. It's going to go great with seafood. It's going to go good with all these Filipino dishes. Jay's Filipino dish, your pancit with that Chinese sausage in it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't for chicken adobo, probably not. That's a little bit too much vinegar in there.
Yeah.
But we got it. We'll do another whole episode on chicken adobo.
That's the good stuff. It's so funny you talk about Juan Gil. All of us who are in the industry always have an aha moment. That specific wine, the bodega's the one that has like the blend,
Yes.
kind of Rome blendish, but down in Spain. Um, that wine is my first ever aha moment with a red wine ever. Like I had a Juan Gil red blend, and I was like smelling it, and like all of a sudden I'm like noticing that there's uh I'm noticing earth in wine. I'm like before it was all fruit. All of a sudden
Right.
I'm understanding earth now. I'm catching like this wet soil stuff. I'm catching like a little bit of like a flinty like smokiness. I was never able to do that before. So that was my first. I remember that bottle to this day because that was my first aha moment with the red wine. So I really, really dig that whole Gill family and everything they're doing over there.
You're talking about the dirt, and so on this one, I'm getting a little bit more just knowing the region, and I didn't think about this until then, but I'm getting a little bit more sandy soil, right?
Okay.
Like almost kind of like you're going to the beach, not like so. But they're like, oh, that's kind of like sand, right?
Yeah, like a
So
little
it's
the
like
sun kissed sand.
yeah. So it's in a really nice way. So I'm sure that now, okay. Here's the other question I had for you as a sommelier, and sorry
Okay.
to put you on the spot, but I'm going to do it
It's okay.
anyway.
It's okay.
Right. So we talk about terroir, and then I've seen and been reading about other things where they're talking about the earth and the dirt, and there was another term or two that was new to me that's escaping my mind right now because I wasn't focused on that. But you know what I'm talking about?
Tertiary.
I think it was tertiary.
Tertiary is a term a lot of people use when they're trying to explain um, more earthier, more like aged wines. So, like for example, like say you get a wine. Let's keep it in Spain. Let's talk about Tempranillo. Tempranillo,
Yeah.
when you first, a lot of times it's fruit forward,
Yes.
and so when you open up a young bottle of Tempranillo, they tend to be more on the fruit side. But one that can age over like say 10 years, you open up that same bottle and that fruit's still there, but it falls down a little bit and becomes more of a secondary and tertiary notes start to come up. You get a more of the earthy stuff. You get a lot more kind of like leather and things like that, like things that would normally not poke its head up above the fruit, but now is highlighted in the wine because it's had some age on it and it's changed up a little bit. So that's what tertiary is. It's more of like the other things other than fruit and more on the earthy side. So
it makes a lot of sense in my mind. So tertiary, from a real estate standpoint, from a commercial real estate standpoint, talks about what are the other markets that aren't your top 10 in the country or in that region, and that's what comes about. So it's pretty cool.
It's like secondary stuff that now becomes more that you're focused, that you're seeing more focused.
That's good stuff.
That's really cool.
We got people over here doing some fun stuff because I'm outside. It's hot. It's great. And it's probably Kyle downstairs taking care of stuff. So I'm going to pass it over to you. Right? Because I think this wine would go great with your dish. So I'll let you talk about that.
So I am one of my first things that I had when I was really getting into the Filipino cuisine was soup. This soup called sinigang. I love this soup. I am always into like for whatever reason I like spice and I like tart flavors. I like I'm just into it. And this one definitely has it's like kind of like a sour soup type of thing. Some of the ingredients that come in it are pork belly. You get spinach. You get like string beans, tomato, a little bit of chili. Onions and that's pretty much some oil. That's pretty much it. There's some other things, but those are the main ingredients. And it's normally I would say it's probably a difficult dish to pair wine with. But I think I hit this one out the park. I mean, I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit. I think I hit this one out of the park. One of the things that I'm always trying to do is find balance because this has already, along with a lot of other Filipino dishes, they focus on acid. Um, I think this is going to be the perfect one to kind of balance out this dish because this already has quite high acid for a regular food. This wine also has a pretty decent amount of acid, so it matches on the acid level, but this has a little bit more of a darker fruit. This is a rosé of Syrah. Normally, when we're doing rosés, you're looking at Pinot Noir, Pinot Noir, Rosé of Grenache, which is more red fruited, lighter body. But Syrah, they tend to get a little bit more extraction. That's why you're seeing this color here. It's a little bit darker of a rosé because it has more skin contact and the skin is darker. And so you're getting a little bit more extraction on the skin. You're getting a little bit more denser fruit. And we're talking about the Metzger today out of Sonoma, 2018. So it's a little bit of an older rosé. Hope you guys can see that. And it's out of Dry Creek. And so I just figured that this would be the perfect thing to kind of pair with this because you want something. This can be considered a little intense for flavor profile. Cinnacon can. So I figured I want something matches this intensity too. So with that being said, I've talked too long. Let's get into the wine because we're about the wine here. And I know y'all get tired of me running off about all the nerdy stuff. So let's get into the wine itself.
Well, first, I gotta say that wine is a gorgeous color. So
the color is crazy, right? Like
it's totally crazy. I mean, it's different from it's like when you think of rosé, it's like, oh wait, is that like a Missouri sweet wine or something? But I know it's not.
It's not.
I know it's not. It's not.
It looks like an orange wine almost, right? Like it's almost like
right.
Yeah.
It's not. It almost does. Like
yeah,
a little bit there. But all right, get into it with the nose, man, because it looks delicious.
It looks delicious. Let's go ahead and check it out. Actually, let me take a bite of the food first. Well, no, let's get into the wine first. Let me talk about the nose, the palate by itself, and then I'll talk about the food pairing and see what connects. So on the nose. So I get wild cherry here. I get a little bit of like a kind of like an herbal note going in here too. A little bit of a honeysuckle, but it's not sweet. It's just like that kind of honey smell popping out, but I know it's not coming from the sweet side of it. It's more, I don't know how else to describe it. There's like a little bit of like a raw honey thing going on here. A bit of pear. Some white pepper here too. A bit of banana, which is kind of cool. Banana in a rosé, that's kind of weird, but just go with me.
You get what you get, right?
You get what you get. Some kiwi here. And a bit of like white grapefruit. Something else I'm missing, but let's go ahead and check the palate out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is delicious. Like red cherry all over your palate, like straight up. But the more like a real cherry, not like fakey bean cherry stuff. This is more like real cherry, pure cherry that you're pulling right off the tree. Like definitely has some white pepper on the finish. Great minerality here. Intensity all the way up to the mid palate. Gets a little bit more delicate in the mid palate to the finish. Gets a little bit lighter on its feet, but it has a pretty long finish. Acid is medium to medium plus. It's kind of the higher end of the medium for acid. That's what it was. There's a peach here in the mid palate. It's like kind of like this peach nectarine thing going on in the mid palate. And I was catching something on the nose, but I couldn't pinpoint it. That's what it was. It's kind of like this peach nectarine thing going on the nose. And it's beautiful. It just hits right in the mid palate and explodes. Even though it gets light on its feet, that is the thing that those tasting notes right there, the peach and the nectarine, is what carries to the finish. And like sliced, like ripe sliced peach and nectarine in the mid palate to the finish. Beautiful wine. Let's go ahead and see how it is with this. So I'm going to get some of the broth, a string bean, and a little bit of the pork. This is so delicious, bro. Like I'm telling you, you can't really see what's going on here, but this soup is like you talk about comfort food. You're having a bad day. You're sick. You need something like just to kind of elevate your mood. Sinigang, brother. Sinigang. It is so good. Like it just wakes up your palate. You see how my energy just went up just by tasting it?
It did.
Like it's so delicious. I could eat this thing every day.
Well, and I'm thinking it's like, oh, why would you eat soup? But if you think about it, so it's from the Philippines, and that ain't a cool country, right? So maybe up in the mountains or something like that, but their winter is still like, it's hotter than California, right?
Yeah, it gets hot.
So to have that, it's like, oh, why would they have a soup? But there's a whole lot of flavor going on in there, and I know when I've had it, when my aunties have made it, and where we got, or on the rare occasion we find a Filipino restaurant that has it. I always do extra black pepper on that sucker.
Yeah, you throw a little bit of extra black pepper.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about waking up the palate, man.
With those flavors. So you said there was some like a peach and did you say apricot as well?
No, nectarine. Nectarine. Yeah.
Okay.
Nectarine. Definitely caught that like kind of that stone fruity thing going on in the mid palate. But with this soup, the thing is like, so this is what I do. If you're gonna pair white wine or rosé with soup, there is a temperature thing. I just want to let you guys know. If you have you do not want to go off the temperature of the soup by having too cold of white or rosé. So what I did was I put this in the refrigerator for like 20 minutes, pulled it out 10 minutes before I was gonna start this, just so it got just a little bit chiller than room temperature. And it's perfect. Well, we're about to see, but I'm telling you, I already tasted it. It's perfect. But anyway, let's do this on camera real quick. Take one more sip of the broth. Delicious. Jesus, that's so good. It's like finding a long lost lover. Like you've been looking for this person all your life. You've been like, there's something missing about me. I'm great as a person, but there's just like this missing piece. And I think Sinigang has been looking for a lover all its life. and it's found it. Yeah, I write a little bit too. And it's founded with this rosé of Syrah out of Sonoma, man. These are long lost lovers. I'm so happy I was able to bring you guys together. You're now married. Handle it. I'm just saying, this is so good. It's a hell of a pairing, guys. Definitely go eat more Sinigang and try some rosé of Syrah or rosé of Rhone specifically with this. I think it just will sing. Yeah, and let us know what you think about it because I'm curious. I want to see if anybody else can pair some Filipino food. Get back to us. This month is all about AAPI. Like we're talking about celebrating our Asian brothers and sisters, and so let's go ahead and celebrate together. Let us know what you guys can find as far as pairings, and email us, DM us, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, like our videos because we're going to continue to bring stuff. We're enjoying what we're doing, and we hope that we're building up the right type of community that wants to learn more and grow with us. So I'm off my soapbox, but I just had to say that out loud.
You're off. It's good. You got it out of your head. That's all that matters. But the other thing I'll say too, you talked about temperature, and the one thing I've noticed in our short time together here, because it is pretty warm outside, it started off pretty chilled, right? You can see, like you saw, all the condensation is now on off my glass, and the flavor profile has just really melded into something where it went from more citrusy on the front, not too citrusy, but there's more citrus notes. To now it's coming into some of those other flavors that reminds me of some white Bordeaux's with more minerality and just really yummy explosiveness behind it. So it's really cool.
Yeah, white Bordeaux is known for their citrus and minerality. Because you're dealing with two grapes like Semillon and Sauvignon Blanc. That Sauvignon Blanc specifically is known for its citrus, and Semillon is definitely known for its minerality and its weight that it adds to the blends. So that white Bordeaux was a good call from you.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So now see you eating that, it's making me hungry.
Sorry, it really is good.
I know, right?
Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to be on camera so much, but
It's
there's a
it's all right.
there's a food show too on this one, on this episode.
Maybe we can do a shout out because I know you've done this on other things too.
Mm.
We can do it on a shorter post, but that would be a fun thing to do is find other SOMs or, people to do those pairings. And then we just interview them all and have them do a showdown. Have like 3 or 4 people come in and it's like, hey, here's the food we're doing. Here's a pairing. You bring the bottle and
I love it.
See who,
All right, Sean. Sean, don't give anybody else any ideas. We're gonna talk off camera about this because you have great ideas and you'll say it. So I'm like, well, that's a great idea. Why don't we do that? And they're gonna do it before us. Exactly. We're gonna keep that one in house. But
I'll say this because this was the real estate idea that I had, way back in the day before we discovered it, and I told my buddy, Dr. A. I told him about this. I'm like, going, yeah, what we should do is buy an acre of land and then fraction it off into small, like 1 foot pieces, right? And then just go off and like sell it to somebody and make it more of a reserve. And then this was at the time where digital technology and internet connections out into the country were just coming about. And I'm like, you can own a piece of land in the country and then go visit it anytime you want to, like your own private park.
I like that.
Every day you can connect via video and look at it. And
so you can see everything that's going on.
Or just, enjoy the peacefulness of the.
I love that. You're like, I miss my piece of land. I can't get out there, but I can view it on that's nice. That's a good idea.
Right. So
see, you're giving these ideas away.
So we gave that idea away. And then, not quite 2 years after that, here's what somebody did. They started giving away 1 foot plots of land in Alaska. And then you could go up and buy more if you wanted. They were basically doing the same thing.
Brilliant. It's a brilliant idea, man. You always have these type of ideas, though.
Well, if you think that's brilliant, wait till I tell you the idea off camera.
Okay. I can't wait to hear it.
Oh, it's going to be good. Jenny's going to like it, too.
All right. You guys are not getting any more of that. When we start a Patreon or something, then y'all can get some of the ideas. But until then, we've had a great show today. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Let us know what you guys are thinking with some of the dishes that you're looking at and what cool pairings that you can come up with. Because again, we're trying to grow this community. And I'm trying to think of anything that I have coming up. Oh, I'm doing a book
podcast.
I'm doing a book signing actually up in Napa. Nice. I will lock down a date for you, but it's going to be in June at Celorio Vineyard. We're going to be showcasing some wines. We're going to be doing book signings and stuff like that. And stay tuned for some other stuff. We're going to be down in San Diego. We're going to be down in LA soon. And we're going to be doing one in San Francisco too at my spot at Eno Wine Bar. So I'll let you guys know dates soon. I just dropped Wine Tasting with Giants where I interview somebody that I think is really cool in the industry. My friend is a real estate guy out in Southern California. So I got to interview him over a bottle of wine on camera. And so it's already out. Just go to YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, which is my first and last name. And check it out, guys. What about you? You got anything going on, Sean?
Sorry, say again. I had somebody talking to me in the other ear.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. You have anything going on? Any like church announcements?
The big stuff is no. We're pushing the season, and we're going to be heading into summer really soon. And so I know I'm going to be going like different places. I know Jenny's got things going on. I know you got things going on. But stay tuned because we're going to have some fun wine pairing things because it's summertime. The Neighborhood Tasting Society is back in full effect, and
let's go.
I know we've enjoyed. If you see my Instagram, you've seen some of the different things we've been tasting, and we're just perpetuating that. So if you need help, that's what Jay and I do. Hopefully, you can find us locally, but we're always here to consult and certainly help you have the best tasting experience that you possibly can because we are total winos.
We are,
and that's what we do.
And that's what we do. Total winos. We do this.
We do.
Anyway,
this.
guys.
We live this.
Anyway. Oh, by the way, if anybody's looking for a job, front of the house, back of the house, hit me up. DM me. In San Francisco, we're hiring at Eno. and we're looking for somebody to work the kitchen, to run the kitchen, and then we're looking for somebody to be a server. Prices are competitive. Hit me up. Or salary is competitive, so hit me up.
So don't worry, just worry about the salary, because as being a former recruiter myself, it's not just about the money. It's about the experience and the work, the place, right? So if you can find a place where you're, come on, I was right in my jam.
I apologize.
Hello.
My finger twitched.
We got a finger twitch, and we had a video off because Sean was pontificating on how to do what you do.
You did that on purpose, Kenny? Good though.
It's probably one of those mental things. Jenny's probably looking for a new job, and she won't be part of our team no more. She's laughing at us in the background.
I'll cut you off again. You keep on talking.
I know, right? I'm saying this to Josh first.
Anyway, guys, it was our pleasure today. And Sean, take us out. Let them know how we feel.
Well, it's if you want to work with fun people like us, then contact us. Because wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, we may not see you in person unless you work with us. But we'll always see you right here on social media. Thanks for watching, and cheers.
Cheers.
There you go. Total Winos.
Get to it.